Hello, my friend, and welcome to Pro Wrestling Daily. My name is Aaron Machbitz. Who is the face of WWE? Most would argue that the face of WWE is the current WWE champion. So as of right now, it would be Cody Rhodes. Well, the argument against that is the fact that John Cena was the face of WWE for about 20 years, even though he wasn't WWE champion for 20 years. Yes, he was a 16-time world champion, and hopefully in 2025 we see him become a 17-time world champion, so he is solidified past Ric Flair, because I think John Cena is the greatest of all time. But with that, we're specifically talking about the face of WWE. We think Roman Reigns at this point is probably the best WWE champion of this generation. Is he still the face of WWE? Has it moved on since he's no longer champion? Well, then you would argue that Cody Rhodes now is currently the face of WWE, because there is a lot of chatter that Cody Rhodes really does a lot as WWE champion, because it's much more than just showing up to Raw or SmackDown or having matches or showing up to the PLEs or having good feuds. It's about everything that happens that we don't really see: the fan interactions, the contract signings, the early morning radio shows, the television shows, the Make-A-Wish. All of these sorts of stuff really make you the face of WWE. That's why even when John Cena wasn't champion in his active full-time time with WWE, he was still the face of the company, because he was doing all these other things. Because if you watch any interview with John, I mean, most recently you can watch the one he did with Logan Paul, that was maybe a year ago. You can see how much he loves the company and how much he's willing to go do all these sort of interviews and press conferences and fan interactions and go to the hospitals and do the house shows. And all of these things make you the face of WWE, because the face of WWE isn't just someone who, has the strap or the big title or is the best quote unquote wrestler. That doesn't really matter. It's about someone who draws in money, who draws in fans, who makes people want to come see them. That's the face of WWE. So when you put the WWE logo up, whose face do you recognize with that logo? So now maybe it's Cody Rhodes, because I think he's doing all of the things that a champion of a big company should do. Yes, he's running into this feud with Kevin Owens in this ladder match at the Royal Rumble, which is turning out to be one of the biggest Royal Rumbles of all time. I think they've sold 60,000 tickets so far for the February 1st Royal Rumble, which is absolutely incredible. That's WrestleMania type numbers. And so it has who is the WWE champion does determine a lot who the face of WWE is. But Randy Orton, Roman Reigns. I mean, you look at CM Punk back in the day before he returned to WWE. He was not the face of the company. He just was not. He didn't do all this other stuff, because I don't know why. Because he was too proud, or maybe he had tattoos, or Vince didn't like his look, or there was probably some extenuating circumstances that didn't make him the face of the company. But he was champion for a really long time, and one of the most popular, and still one of the most popular WWE superstars of all time. We can see that now, even after a 10-year hiatus and going to AEW and coming back to WWE, he's still one of the most popular superstars of all time. But he is not, and probably never will be, the face of the company. You can look at Randy Orton. Yes, a lot of people consider him the face of the company. Roman Reigns, Cody Rhodes. People still think of like Stone Cold Steve Austin, The Rock, John Cena when they think WWE, because these are lifetime superstars who created a lasting impact. That's really what you have to be if you're going to be the face of the company. And I think Roman Reigns is on his way to doing that, and Cody Rhodes is currently in the middle of it, trying to do that. I don't know if he's going to hold the title as long as Roman Reigns. I don't believe he will. I think Kevin Owens has a big shot of beating him at the Royal Rumble and potentially taking that on to WrestleMania. But right now, Cody Rhodes is the quarterback. Like he says, he's doing the work. And I believe currently at this moment, if you think WWE, you probably think Cody Rhodes, face of WWE, which is really quite cool. And another sort of face of WWE, if you want to think about it, is Charlotte Flair. Charlotte Flair on SmackDown on the January 24th edition of SmackDown. Charlotte Flair announced that she will be coming back at the Royal Rumble, which is not really a surprise to anyone. But I think now we can talk about Charlotte Flair being the greatest women's wrestler of all time. And I do agree that a GOAT never calls themselves the GOAT. Like you listen to Tom Brady or Derek Jeter or Patrick. I mean, Derek Jeter's not the GOAT of anything. He's just a really good player. That was a mix-up. Stay with me. Patrick Mahomes, Tom Brady, all these other people who are considered the greatest of all time. Your Barry Bonds is, your Rock, Stone Cold Steve Austin, John Cena. They never say, I'm the greatest of all time, because other people say it for them. Their work, their their history, their longevity, their body, their legacy, all of these things have cemented themselves as the greatest of all time. And so when you look at Charlotte Flair, 14-time world champion, she's probably cemented herself already as the greatest women's wrestler of all time. Now, I don't think she'll win the Royal Rumble. I hope she doesn't. I do think that her and Tiffany Stratton will collide at WrestleMania. I vote for Io Sky winning the Royal Rumble because I think pound for pound, she's the best women's wrestler on the planet. And then you have a bunch of things that are going to happen moving towards WrestleMania for the women's matches. You have the United States Intercontinental. You have Tiffany Stratton's title. You have Rhea Ripley's title. You have some feuds. You have potential ladder matches, tag team matches. So many great women's matches that you can put together. But when Charlotte Flair returns, she really elevates everything that's going on. I'm not sure what her new look is. She's got a lot of sort of makeup and stuff going on and things that kind of look odd in my eyes, but whatever. Maybe it's sweet. Maybe she's got it figured out. But she still is probably considered the greatest of all time for the women's division. And her entering back, she's looking for a 15th title run, right? She'll probably get it soon. Or maybe Tiffany Stratton will defeat her and dominate her, which would be really cool too. But I just don't want to see her have her come back at the Royal Rumble, win it all, and please, for the love of God, hopefully Nia Jax does not dominate the Royal Rumble. She gets thrown out almost immediately, and we can have a great Royal Rumble women's side where Io Sky wins it, or anyone else really, but that's what I think. And then I think another important topic to discuss heading into the Royal Rumble, I mean, we're about a week away. It's January 25th as I talk to you guys right now, and the Royal Rumble is 1 week away on February 1st, and we have fucking no idea where The Rock is. He showed up on the debut episode of Raw on Netflix, made a weird promo, started hugging everyone. He's now best friends with everyone on the roster, even though he beat the shit out of half of them, and we don't know where he is. It's rumored that he might be at the Royal Rumble. It's rumored that he might be at WrestleMania, but right now we have no idea. I think he will be at Royal Rumble. I think we're going to see The Rock at Royal Rumble, and he's going to cost Roman Reigns the Royal Rumble because it's now rumored, pretty heavily rumored, that CM Punk will win the Royal Rumble, which I'm not a big fan of, but whatever, who cares? As long as we get Seth Rollins versus Gunther at WrestleMania, and as long as we get Roman Reigns versus The Rock at WrestleMania, I think that would be awesome. I guess we're going to get CM Punk versus Cody Rhodes at WrestleMania, which will still be a really, really good match. And then once Cody Rhodes defeats CM Punk, then yes, he even cements his legacy even more as the face of WWE. But I think The Rock shows up, somehow costs Roman Reigns his spot to win the Rumble. Then they move on to really dive into this feud. Roman really steps into the babyface role. The Rock really steps into the final boss heel role, and we see that moving forward. Or The Rock somehow uses his corporate sort of standing to somehow win the Royal Rumble as entrant number 31, throw the last person out, then we see him go on to face Cody Rhodes at WrestleMania. I think those are the two options for The Rock, but we have no idea where he is. He's creating sort of this mystique, like will he be there, will he not be there? Because he showed up on the debut episode of Raw on Netflix, then he showed up on NXT, and then we haven't seen or heard from him, and we're only 1 week away from the Royal Rumble. So we can expect some massive returns and surprises at the Royal Rumble like we always do. It's already announced that Charlotte Flair will be there. We don't know about Alexa Bliss or Nikki Bella or potentially Becky Lynch. And then on the men's side, potentially Jordan Grace also is rumored to be on the women's side. On the men's side, right, where's The Rock? Where's The Rock? Joe Hendry is potentially rumored to come back. Please, for the love of God, don't bring back Goldberg. But like, there is going to be a bunch of surprises, a bunch of great things. Both men's and women's Royal Rumbles are absolutely stacked, and 60,000 tickets have already been sold. Could be one of the biggest events of all time, so I'm looking forward to it. Those are my thoughts, feelings, and reactions. Please comment below with whatever you disagree with, agree with. I'd love to hear from you, and please like, subscribe, and share. Much love. See you next time. Cheers.